Welcome to the Allplan Quickstart lesson reports, where we will deal with the topic Determining Quantities from the Model. What should you expect from this lesson? In this lesson, we will take a look at some built-in reports. Generating these reports is very simple. You load the 3D model data into Allplan, decide which quantities Allplan should determine from this model data, select the corresponding report, and then start the report command. Allplan does the rest. You will see how to automatically display your personal logo in each report. And how to easily change the header and footer. You will also see how to place a report on a drawing file and how to output the report to PDF or an Excel file. We will finish with a brief discussion on generating reports directly in the drawing file versus preparing them first in the building structure. Both make sense for different cases. To get started, we simply load some model data by opening the drawing file favorite Lesson 10-1 Start. Click F4 on the keyboard to open an animation window alongside the existing plan. Here we have a good overview of the model data that we loaded. For this example, I will generate a report with all geometric information about the walls in this model. Click on the Reports command. A tip at this point: in order to always have an overview of the built-in reports, I always click on Standard first in this window. Here I see the folders where the Allplan standard reports are located. I open the folder Unfinished Structure and double-click on the report named Walls RDLC. I now have the option of selecting only part of the model by drawing a window. In this case, Allplan would only evaluate the structural parts inside the window. In this case, I want to consider all model data, so I will click on All. The report is created. Allplan now looks at all the elements in the model that are to be evaluated. In other words, all the walls. All other parts are ignored for report generation. The report is opened. Switch to the print preview here to have a better view. I can zoom in and out in the report by holding down Control and scrolling on the wheel of the mouse. If I only scroll the wheel on the mouse, I can move back and forth in the report. The report is generated with an intuitive name, Unfinished Walls, and contains details in the header, like the project name and creator. All built-in Allplan reports will have some version of this header text. I recommend that you leave this as the default. If you do want to change the header, then click here on Layout Designer. Select the item you want to edit and make the changes on the far left. For example, here I'm changing the title of the report on Quantity Calculation Walls. Click Enter to confirm, and you'll see the updated title immediately in the report. I can delete the line Note by clicking on the word and pressing Delete on the keyboard. The word Note disappears from the report. Just to be safe, I also remove the contents of the line. You don't have to worry about breaking anything in this report. The original template of the currently open report is not affected by our changes. If you would like to save the changes you made and use them again in the future, simply save them to a new location via File, Save As. You cannot save anything in the Allplan standard folder. It's protected against any changes. Use another location that you have permanent access to. I can exit the Layout Designer by clicking on the icon. Note, you can very easily insert your own logo as an image file in the upper right corner in the Layout Designer. However, if you want to set your logo as default for every report, you will need to do the following. To complete this report, do not save the changes and open the definitions. Under Office Name and Address, it makes sense to enter your own office data. Finally, select the image file with your own office logo. When I restart the report, my logo automatically appears in the top right corner of each page, and my office contact details are in the footer. Let's look at the contents of the report. As requested, all walls contained in the loaded model data are listed individually. For each wall, there's an image that can be switched off on the left side, and basic geometry data such as thickness, area, and volume. The walls are sorted alphabetically by story followed by material. On the left side, you can define some report settings. In addition to displaying the graphics, you can add information to the note line and indicate a number for the start page. You can also easily change the information above here. Above the report, you'll find some common controls such as the print command and some export commands. In addition to the usual exports, it's also possible to directly place the report on an Allplan drawing file. It's converted into lines, fill areas, and text, and is no longer linked to the model data. Changes in the model data will therefore not appear in this unlinked report. Now I'll show you how to create reports in the building structure and how to save them for future use. This can be a systematic and clear way to create and manage reports. It can also save time. We close the current report and open the building structure. The right side of the building structure is where the derived views, sections, and reports can be managed. Right-click on Architecture Reports to create a new report. This report will always be accessible from this location. Right-click on the new report. We will now edit all 4 upper entries in the context menu. This completes the report. If model data changes at a later time, you can open this report again with a click, and the report is automatically updated to the current status.